Hey there, Dennis Hall with Learning Templates. So I thought I'd give a walkthrough on everything to do with the WooCommerce products and the relationship to the groups that you create for classrooms. So let's just start on the product end. The product end, we have three products. We have the LearnDash Classroom School, we have the LearnDash the LearnDash School Group. I know it's a little confusing, but you'll see. And we have the LearnDash Classroom Seat product. So the school product basically allows you to go in and select all the courses that you want to sell in a school. That's all it is. So if a person comes in and purchases a school product, what I can do is I can open this in a new tab. And because I already own a school, I'm going to have all my schools listed. And when I click this, I'll be basically adding more classrooms of those titles into the school. If I don't own a school and I'm a new customer, what's going to happen is I'm going to come into that same product and I'm going to be asked to create a school. When I am asked to create that school, basically the price of the school to start a new school, in this case, is $100. That $100 ties right back to the general tab where $100 is the price of the product. That's the starting price. That's not the total price. As soon as if you look down here, it's 100. As soon as I start adding seats to that, you can see the number down here is changing. That default 100 is still there. And as soon as I start adding different seats, the price goes up, and it goes up again. And then I can scroll down and go to other ones. I can also add $0 courses. And as soon as I go to add to cart, it's asking me to fill in my school name, and I'm glad it did because I forgot one thing. You can hide this using CSS if you want and make it so no school can ever check the box. But if the box is checked by default to exclude the school from being sold as seats. If it's unchecked, then that school will be able to sell seats. Okay? So if we just give it a name and we head over to the cart, you'll see a breakdown in the cart. You'll see a breakdown of the name of the school, each individual course. Now, each of these courses will become a classroom. So you'll have a classroom named the Big Test course, a classroom named Complete Python Development, and a classroom named Content Marketing, and so on. And you'll see the number of seats that have been purchased for each classroom. Coupons could be applied, and so on. So that's it for that one. Let's go ahead and let's just clear the cart. All right. So that's how that works. So you created the cost to create a school is $100, and then they purchase their courses. Of course, the cost to create a school could be $0 as well if you wanted. And that's it. There's no special group set up because in this case they may be creating their own new group, or they may be adding more classrooms into their with seats in them into their current school or current group. We then have so that's that. We then have and I'll close that one because that's all that's required. It's just pick a price, select the type, pick a price, add courses. All right, then we have the school group. Now a school group's a little different. A school group is a template that you create. So you'll notice here I have two groups that are selected. So let's head to LearnDash Groups. So here we have ABC123 School. It's a group, and this group has some courses associated to it. It has no users in it. Well, it's got me, but that doesn't matter because that won't get copied anyhow. But the group settings and all of that, are all set up properly. They're pretty well default. That's all that you really need. And what we have down here is in the lower right corner, we've got two panels here. One panel is LearnDash Classrooms Students. So basically here, this is how many students are in this group. In this case, it doesn't really matter because you're not going to have anything. Let me actually change groups to a template group. And the way I can tell which ones are the template group, School Group 1 is the title, and School Group 2. So here's School Group 1 there. And we'll just do a search for School Group. And you'll see the two school groups that I've made as templates. So we have, and that was not the right one, that was under a donut school. So they're going to be primary groups, and in these primary groups, there actually are no child groups already. They're just a single LearnDash group. Let's go into School Group 1 and let's see how it's set up. So School Group 1, once again, this is a template. So I've added 3 courses into this school group. That's the package. And you give it a price that you want. So now here, there is no parent group and there's no child groups either. There are no number of students. It is not excluded from WooCommerce. If it was, you wouldn't be able to select it. WooCommerce enabled and the group price are there. So this group price is the cost of this school group. So when somebody purchases this school group, they will pay $100 plus they'll pay the $99 beyond that. Let's go ahead and let's view this product. And I'll also do this in the incognito window right there. We'll do it there as well. So again, a new user coming in and purchasing a templated group. So let's see what we get. $100 plus I'm going to add that. And I'm just adding 1 seat to that, or 2 or 3 or 4 or 5. And I don't care about the second group. I'm going to pick one group. And we'll add that to cart and we'll see what we get when we go to checkout. So we've got our school name we've created and we've purchased 5 seats for this school. Now, when again, coupons can be applied. So when I check out and I create my user during checkout and all that stuff, what's going to happen is it's going to create this school group with 5 seats in it and no classrooms. I then have the ability to distribute the courses throughout different classrooms, and I build my own school. Okay, that's it for that one. So those groups are templates, is what they are. And what makes them templates is LearnDash Classroom WooCommerce, WooCommerce enabled, check, give it a price, and that's added to the $100 edit product price. All right, let's go ahead and let's take care of the add seat now. So here we have the add seats, and to prepare for this, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go back to groups, and I'll pick that first group that we're in, the ABC 123 school. But what I'm going to do, I'm going to pick big test group below that. Because you don't add seats to a school in this case, that add seats product is to add seats to a classroom within the school. So here I have a classroom price of $59 because that's a classroom, and that's what add seats is doing. So the way add seats works is this: there are no other tabs or courses to select, because all you're doing is you're adding seats to an existing classroom. So you create the classroom seat, you give it a default price. So what this does, any group, any school that has the checkbox that is allowed to be seen in WooCommerce is going to show up in this list. And let's go ahead and let's just view the product. And what you're going to see is, again, I'll copy that and we'll do it as a new user as well. But what you'll see is the default WooCommerce, $35 per seat. So if I go into ABC123 Big Test Course Group, that price now changed to $59 per seat. And I can add 1 or 2 or 3 or 4 seats, whatever it be, and we can add to cart. If I view the cart, you're going to see the details that it was a classroom seat being purchased in ABC123 and it was a Big Test Course Group. Let's go ahead and let's close that off. And as a person coming in off the street, haven't logged in yet, here, what you'll see is you're going to see every group that has WooCommerce enabled for. So any group in here that doesn't have WooCommerce enabled is not shown. And any group without WooCommerce being enabled is not shown in this list. So these are all public schools is what they are. That's what they all are. And again, if I pick the Big Test Course, you'll end up seeing that you'll end up seeing that when I add this to cart, that should have actually changed. That's probably my browser. You'll see when I add this to cart that it is a $59 seat. So that's all I wanted to show. Thanks very much.